is Brahim. I'm 29. I am an EFL teacher, which stands for English as a Foreign Language. So originally I wanted to do something like it's in engineering, architecture. That didn't work out, and I ended up studying English. I discovered this whole new world to me. Part of it was literature, civilization, a little bit of politics, and linguistics. And then one of my teachers actually told me that I could make a good teacher. I ended up getting a teaching degree from Cambridge University. And then I moved to the US for a while. And then I decided to come back to Tunisia, have a job here, and stay here to actually make a change. I had already been an active member of civil society before going to the US. Coming back here, I started working with Carthagena, which is a Tunisian NGO. And I've been working with them since on Tunisian identity, Tunisian heritage in general. So we wanted to have some information about these monuments online. We thought Wikipedia would be perfect because it's easy to access. And to make the job easier, we decided to have QR codes all over the Medina. We started working on the project 2 years ago, and we started with the Medina in Tunis. To be honest, when we started working on it, when we created the application, we thought, who would be interested in something like this? To our surprise, a lot of young people were interested in it and wanted to do it. The result of that year was 400 articles in 7 languages. We wrote about 150 monuments. We also moved on to other cities. So now we're trying to go to Doga, Bni Khaled, and we have already started working on the Medina in Sfax, and we're hoping that we will start in Monastir and Jerba soon. I want to have my PhD. I want to continue working with Cartagena. You should always be open to learning something new about yourself and about the way you want and you should live your life, actually. A few rules that I try to follow: if you love someone, let them know. If you find someone impressive, let them know. Do not stop at every problem, because if you do, basically you'll not be able to live your life. Give yourself time to feel sad. That's a feeling that we should respect. Do not dwell there for a long time, though, and appreciate small moments, seriously. You know it's never gonna be easy. Like, from the first time you try doing something new and you get a no, you get people telling you that nope, you're not gonna make it, basically. But the surprise of succeeding every time is never old. You never see it coming, really. You never do. I want to play an instrumental part in having a Tunisian society that sees itself as Tunisian instead of being torn between different identities such as Arabs or French or Berbers. And I want to be part of having us as a society believe that all of that is actually part of one big thing, that is the Tunisian identity. My biggest fear is that I do not do what I feel that I was born to do, and instead go through life doing what is supposed to be right, or what is supposed to be a good way to live. I grew to love being Tunisian. I grew to respect the history of my country, the history of my people. I try to be as involved in it as possible. Tunisia is not one of the countries that are considered developed countries. And to be honest, growing up, I always focused on the fact that Tunisia is not a developed country, and that we might be a little less because of that as a society. But after a few experiences in different countries and in Tunisia, I realized that my country, even though it is considered as an underdeveloped or developing country, it is as great as any other country or any other society. It is perfect as it is. It is far away from being easy to live here, but we are a society that managed to destroy a dictatorship and to live through that as gracefully as possible. So we're still trying to move forward while acquiring things like better human rights, democracy. We're learning how to ask for what belongs to us in a peaceful way. It's a small country with so much diversity that even Tunisians do not know how diverse our country is. So a tourism that is more elevated, I would say, than just a nice beach and some sun and sand. I see a lot of opportunities in people. I think one of the greatest areas where Tunisia can improve is the human potential. In the recent years, there has been a great movement of Tunisians coming back to Tunisia, trying to invest here, trying to make a change. It's a feeling. As I said, it's part of who I am. In my own personal experience, I didn't really know what it meant to be Mediterranean. But when I started to travel, when I started meeting people from other places in the world and people from the Mediterranean or people who grew up on the Mediterranean as I did, I started seeing similarities between us, and I started seeing how different we are from people who even sometimes are from their country. It didn't matter what country we're talking about. It could have been like Spain, Italy, France, Lebanon, Egypt, people from Alexandria. There would be things that we have in common. Let's try to get to know each other more.